Another quote, the argument of many current trans activists is if you don't let a gender dysphoric teenager transition, they will kill themselves. You've been researching this space. What's your comment on that?
Well, there's no question that people who are confused about their gender identity can be very confused and fragile and vulnerable, and so need to be treated with great care. But this argument that to question the sort of current narrative that if somebody feels that they are a gender that's in conflict with their sex, to even question that is hateful and is pushing them towards suicide, where it's not only not borne out by the facts, but it actually may be the most loving thing you can do for them.
In what way?
Well, because many people go through these, certainly many children and adolescents go through periods of confusion about who they are, either as young children trying to work out who they are, or then as adolescents as puberty kicks in and all the sex hormones are running around their system, they're trying to figure out which way is up. They can go through great periods of turmoil, and for many people, very, very large percentage of people, in the 80% in fact, according to a number of studies, those things settle down and they reconcile with their biological sex. And so just because a young person suddenly says, I don't feel like I'm male, or I don't feel like I'm female, it doesn't mean you should just jump on that bandwagon with them and say, okay, well, let's get you off the gender clinic and let's get you transitioning. No, the best advice is to just allow time to talk, to watch and wait, to gently guide people, knowing that it's certainly going to make their life a whole lot easier if they can come to grips with and reconcile with their biological sex. The alternative is a very, very hard road, as those who've travelled it can tell you. And in my view, it's not a biblical road, in the sense that if the person's a Christian person, then the path that really is in line with Scripture is to embrace the sex that God has given, and to wrestle through the difficulties that might present. And for some people, it does present profound difficulties. I'm not saying it's a simple thing to do. But the alternative path of transitioning, which is, of course, being pushed very hard at the moment, is also riddled with dangers and complexities, and which is why, of course, so many people are detransitioning.